It's Jets, and welcome back to another episode of the Jets Ward. I am your host, Ryan Ward, and I'm so excited to be back with you guys. In this episode, I'm going to be talking to you about some receivers that the Jets could look at to bringing into this team. Our wide receiver core is still very, very thin, and there are some players that are still out there, either undrafted free agents or regular free agents, that the Jets could bring in to add some juice to a receiving core that's, other than Garrett Wilson, is a very big question mark. So before we get into that, if you have been here before, welcome back. I always love having you guys. You always make this channel so much fun, and you guys are the best. And I'll just love having you. If you are new here, welcome. I always love having new people here, whether you are a Jets fan or a fan of another team. This is a safe space for you, and you are always welcome in the Jets Ward. Now, getting into it, guys, we are going to be talking about a couple receiver options the Jets could target, and some you definitely have heard of before. They've been brought up before, maybe earlier as possible Jets options, and undrafted free agents, and one undrafted free agent that, honestly, I am shocked still has not been added to a team as of now, and shocked that he wasn't drafted. But let's get into it, shall we? The first receiver I'm going to be talking to you guys about is a guy that you might know best from the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is DJ Chark. He is wide receiver of the Chargers, previously of the Chargers last year. He's 6'3", 200 pounds. He's only 28 years old. DJ Chark is a very interesting option. He has decent size, decent strength, very, very good speed. Problem is with him, he can't stay healthy. I don't remember the last time he has had a healthy season, played in every single game. Honestly, he has all the talent in the world. Solid blocker as well. The Jets could desperately use this guy, and he could be a solid number 2 and be a good complement to Garrett Wilson. Problem is, he's hurt most of the time. Could the Jets take a chance on him? I would say yeah. Probably on a 1-year prove-it deal to prove that he can stay healthy and maybe build it to something next year. But honestly, he's an interesting option to bring about, and he's not being talked about enough, in my opinion. I think he'd be a solid addition to any receiving core, especially one as thin as the New York Jets. Now, he does drop the ball a good amount when he's on the field. He has had some drop issues, especially last year, in my opinion. And I think there's a lot of things he still needs to work on. The health is the biggest question mark to me. But if the Jets were to bring him in, he'd be slated as the solid number 2 option at receiver for the Jets, in my opinion. And I would be happy with DJ Chark. Honestly, he has some breakout games and still has some great speed for him. So I'd be very happy with him. Another receiver option, and I know a lot of fans are going to be like, well, he's washed. Look at what he did in Buffalo last year. I get it. Amari Cooper is another one who deals with a ton of injuries. And last year, he had a really down year going from the Browns to the Bills. And he just never really got it going last year, even with Josh Allen as his quarterback. Now, that being said, a fully healthy Amari Cooper, even though he's 30 years old, is still a really good receiver, honestly. And not having to be the number 1 option because the Jets have Garrett Wilson, Amari Cooper could slot right in as the number 2 option and give you some good games and be a very good complementary piece to both Mason Taylor and Garrett Wilson. Honestly, I would take a shot on him. I know he's 30 years old. Give him a 1-year deal, and then next year in the draft, possibly get a solid receiver, one of the best receivers in the draft, depending on when you are picking. But Amari Cooper could bring really good leadership. He's not an off-the-field issue. He leads by example on the field. Honestly, taking him away from a division rival as well as a free agent couldn't hurt. And honestly, the Jets could use any help at receiver that they could get. So Amari Cooper is somebody I would look to as well in the veteran market. But getting into undrafted free agents, and if tomorrow I wake up and the Jets have signed this kid coming up, I'd be ecstatic. That is Isaiah Bond. How the heck is this kid still an undrafted free agent? Did he have an injury? Is there off the field issues? What is going on? because when I was going through the list of undrafted free agent receivers and just seeing who was out there, I saw this kid still on there, and I'm like, this kid should have been drafted in the 5th, 6th, or 7th round, even higher. I really like Isaiah Bond. He's a speedy receiver, great hands, runs really crisp routes. He's 5'11", 180 pounds. He's 21 years old. He was the number 2 wide receiver for Texas because Matthew Golden was the stud there. And Isaiah Bond was basically not really seen as much because of Matthew Golden. But when he got the opportunities, man, he made the most out of it. And he's still a free agent. And I don't get why. There are so many teams that I think could use his services, Jets being one of them. Have him on the other side. I understand he's 5'11", could be a great slot option. Could also be a good solid number 2 on the outside. And imagine having Garrett Wilson and Isaiah Bond, Mason Taylor, and I know Alan Lazard out there as the other outside guy, but Mason Taylor as the tight end and Isaiah Bond in the slot. Honestly, that could be a solid offense. The kid didn't drop a lot of passes either, and he could build up some muscle, yeah. But overall, the talent is there, and I am shocked he is not on a team. This is the guy I would definitely go for. And I understand the Jets have signed some undrafted free agents already, receivers. This kid could be a steal, in my opinion, for any team that gets him. And I'm really hoping it's the Jets. Have no idea how he is still an undrafted free agent. The kid's way too talented. And if you guys know anything, have any updates about him, please shoot them my way because I am just so confused on why he is still a free agent. Now, getting into my last guy, Bru McCoy, wide receiver from Tennessee. He's 6'2", 209 pounds. He's 24 years old, so he's an older prospect, but the guy is a monster. Great blocker, has okay speed for his size, is a very big contested catch guy. And when he gets the ball in his hands, he is so freaking difficult to bring down. Think of Deebo Samuel when he gets the ball in his hands. Just becomes a running back with that ball, just bowls people over. This kid can do the same. And with that size, he could come in and that strength, he's got a lot of power. And he is very, very strong. The biggest issue with him is his receiving tree, his route tree is very, very limited. It is very small. And honestly, he needs to work on a lot of things. Like I said, he's not the most fluid receiver. But again, get the ball in his hands, and the guy becomes a wrecking ball. So he's somebody that I would definitely take a look at as well. And somebody who I understand we brought in Skinner from Kansas. Bru McCoy can be a bully out there, and he's very intense. He has that C on his jersey as well. He was a captain, leader of that team. Honestly, if the Jets went after him, if I saw that they signed Isaiah Bond and this kid, I'd be really, really happy. And I didn't know Bru McCoy until I started watching a little film on him. And overall, I like what I see. Yeah, there's a lot he needs to work on. And as an older prospect, that might scare people away. But the intensity, the leadership, and the ability to block and to run with the ball in his hands, it is there. He could end up being down the road if everything shakes right, an average number 2 receiver to solid number 3 option. And honestly, I would take that because I got Garrett Wilson as my number 1. You give me Isaiah Bond as a solid slot receiver and this guy as an outside, that young receiving core, Justin Fields, I feel like, would love it. And Mason Taylor as tight end and Breece Hall in the backfield and Braylon Allen. This kid could be really good. And I'm getting hyped up about him because just seeing him and seeing the leadership that he brought, and he doesn't get injured very often either. But honestly, I think this kid could be really good. Him and Isaiah Bond, shocked that they're still there. More Isaiah Bond, but this kid too. Honestly, he could be a solid receiver in the NFL in a couple of years. Give him a chance, and I think he could be something. Now, where he goes, I don't know. I could definitely see him going to Seattle because they need a bigger receiver option. I could see him going to Buffalo. I could see him go to the Jets. New England is an option as well. There's a lot of teams that could use a bigger receiver like him. Why he's a free agent, I'm not sure. But guys, that is all my options for receivers at this moment that the Jets could target. Now, there are not many that I really wanted to go through. There were others. Like I could have said Keenan Allen, but I'm confident he's probably going to go back to the Chargers or Chicago. I don't see him being a fit for the New York Jets, but love to have him. But honestly, don't think it's going to happen. Mike Conley's out there as well, who's a big receiver, but never lived up to the hype. We could bring back Jamison Crowder, have that veteran leadership back here. I want to stay with the younger guys. These two guys that I just had, these younger guys, Isaiah Bond and the other guy, honestly, could be really solid options. Amari Cooper as a veteran option as well. DJ Chark is a very underrated guy as well, because when he has his weeks where he can go off. Let me know what you guys think. I'm really excited to see what you guys think. If there are any receiver out there that's still available that you guys like, honestly, let me know, because I would always be happy to talk to them, and I love hearing from you guys as well. But again, thank you so much again for joining me in the Jets. Have a great rest of your night.